Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Judy Prouty. This is Wholly Devoted to You, just kind of a shorter thought for the week. And I have just a couple of thoughts that I thought I would talk to you about this morning. Last Monday, we talked about looking and paying attention to the blessings of God in your life. And I had to take my own advice on that. But when I did, my husband Ray and I really paid attention, and we were seeing God's hand in our lives all week. Big things and smaller things, but we saw things that we might not have seen if we hadn't been intentional and paying attention. And so that's what I want to talk about just for a minute, being intentional. One of the things that we saw last week that was it was a big thing to us was that Ray needed to get a part for his truck that was very expensive, and he was able to find it for less than half the price, and that was such a blessing. And we thought about the faithfulness of God to direct his steps to the right people. And then one day I was in a store and I ran into somebody that I hadn't seen in years, and I realized that God had done such a work of healing in my heart from some things that had happened many, many years ago that had been painful. And I realized what a faithful Father He is. You know, we look at the lives of those men in the Bible and women in the Bible like David and Caleb and Daniel and Joshua, and we see that they just didn't allow whatever was going to happen in their lives. Instead, they put plans in place, and they stood strong, and they recalled and spoke of God's goodness and God's faithfulness, and they worshiped Him and they praised Him, and the outcome of all that was beautiful. They were intentional, and we can be too. I thought about Jesus and the life that He lived, being intentional every single day. If He hadn't lived a life of love and of faith and of hope and kindness and generosity and healing and genuineness, how would it have affected all of our lives generation after generation after generation later? We wouldn't be able to look back and see how He modeled those things for us, and now we're modeling those things. And so living intentionally affects all of us. It's easy to wake up every day and think, I'll just go with the flow. But what if we chose to stand? And what if we chose to focus on our faith and to live with intention every day of our lives? What differences might it make in the lives of those people around us, our families, and those who know us, and for generations to come? It's a blessing, and it's something to really think about this week. I hope you have a great week. God bless you, and I'll see you Thursday.